Automakers who use alphanumeric naming confuse the average shopper. And though the Germans have practically cornered the market on this, Mazda is trying very hard to join that club. Do you want a CX-30 or an MX-30? And what's the difference between their best-selling CX-5 and this all-new CX-50? A zero? Well, this is Mazda's attempt at getting more rugged, tiptoeing into muddier waters.
Mazda makes some of the sharpest looking vehicles on the road today, but their SUVs are too pretty to get dirty, and so they've been missing out on the off-road craze. Introducing the 2023 CX-50, a longer, better looking, and only slightly more expensive CX-5 with higher ground clearance and improved towing capability. All-wheel drive now comes standard on all Mazda crossovers and SUVs, and this one also includes off-road and towing modes for improved performance. Pricing starts at $28,025 for the base S trim and tops out here at $43,320 for the top-of-the-line Turbo Premium Plus. Mazda says they've extended this vehicle's capability to enable drivers to venture further into the outdoors and various terrains, but let's be honest, the CX-50's ruggedness is mostly about its looks, putting a new twist on Mazda's stylish Kodo design language. The result is a nearly 6-inch longer, narrower, and lower roofline CX-5 with real SUV curb appeal. It's an attention grabber for sure, but look no further than these Goodyear Eagle touring tires as an indicator as to how much farther this Mazda can really go. iActive all-wheel drive uses a front-wheel slip warning detection system to proactively transfer torque to the rear wheels up to a 50-50 split. But if you're looking for off-road tuned shocks, a true torque vectoring all-wheel drive system with a 4-wheel lock mode, hill descent control, or multi-terrain drive settings, you won't find them here. You will on a comparably priced Toyota RAV4 TRD off-road, however. Just some food for thought. But with nearly 9 inches of ground clearance and decent approach and departure angles, the CX-50 will confidently handle camp and lake trails and the unexpected washed-out road. Adding the optional turbocharger to the standard 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine produces 227 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque on regular unleaded, and 256 horsepower and 320 pound-feet on 91 octane. Quite a difference. And with a semi-independent rear suspension and shorter final drive ratio than the CX-5, the CX-50 can tow up to 3,500 pounds as opposed to 2,000. But Mazda recommends using premium gas when towing. When a trailer is connected, a towing mode appears in the drive selections. With the ability to disconnect the rear axle when all-wheel drive isn't called for, and an engine start-stop system, the CX-50 nets 25 mpg, a 1 mpg improvement over the CX-5.
Like almost all Mazdas these days, that slick electronic programming they use called SkyActiv to harmoniously blend driving feel and improve fuel economy kind of misses the mark for me. Though I must admit that as the week rolls on, I always get used to its uniqueness. But there's an on-off nature to the throttle inputs here that kind of leave the CX-50 feeling just a little sluggish, a sensation that can be ameliorated when in sport mode on the back roads. Otherwise, the ride and handling does have a sophisticated feel. But as for a vehicle touted for its ruggedness, I feel like Mazda's left the pantry here just a little bare.
The Meridian will most importantly feature 18-inch all-terrain tires and a host of outdoor-specific accessories.
Though I love the CX-50's styling, both inside and out, with its more adventurous bent and premium feel, I do have a couple of bones to pick with it. For one, it lacks that commanding SUV seating position that's desirable in a vehicle like this. So when I raise the seat up to where I want to be, there's a lack of headroom. So when I drop it down, I feel more like I'm driving a sports model. And secondly, and this is an old complaint from me, but it concerns the Mazda Connect system, which frankly ran its course shortly after it was introduced a million years ago. But there is an improvement this time in here. It now supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The wireless charge pad is tucked down in here. And interestingly enough, the only time this is a touchscreen is when you're using your phone projection.
This terracotta leather interior has the premium look and feel that is Mazda's signature these days, and comes equipped with notable items such as the company's first panoramic roof, memory settings for the driver's seat, heated and ventilated front seats and heated rear seats, a heated steering wheel, a height-adjustable power passenger seat, adaptive headlights with high beam assist, an around view monitor with external button, and smart cruise control with stop and go. Other than the sometimes maddening infotainment system, which to its credit packs some nice features such as weather radar and a 12-speaker Bose audio system, nothing about this cabin is going to scare new users. It's simplistic, bordering on outdated. Look at the basic gauge cluster and lack of ambient cabin lighting as indicators of being a couple of steps behind. With a shorter roof comes a little less passenger and max cargo volume when compared with the CX-5, but with the seats upright, you get 1 extra cubic feet of space. No hands-free for this tailgate though. Back here are remote levers for split folding the rear seats, but with no clever outdoorsy accessories on this tester like a mud mat or cargo organizer, it's just another place to put stuff. And that's pretty much my overall impression of the CX-50. It would have been nice if Mazda jumped into the deep, or at least deeper end of the off-road swimming pool, because there's not much here. That being said, I would take this any day over the updated CX-5, and I presume Mazda won't keep both models around for long, saying sayonara to the 5. For TestDriveNow.com, I'm Steve Hammis.